Welcome to the Hunter Report, and I've got here purple cornbread. What a thing. It's actually not that hard to make. Now let me tell you the story and the reason why I made purple cornbread. I live in New York City, and I'm on a search for what is actually seasonal, what's coming out in season right in April. So that's what brought me to the farmer's market. And really not much is in season. We had a really cold winter. The frost-free date is still a month away, but entrepreneurial and enterprising farmers are still going to be putting some stuff in the ground just in case there is no more frost. So I actually found some sunchokes, but this is about purple cornbread. But you'll see quickly how I got into purple cornbread in search for seasonal vegetables. Without further ado, please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, and take a look at my trip to New York City's Union Square Green Market, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to make, hold on, wait for it, get the gloves switched, because this thing is piping hot, purple cornbread. Welcome to the Hunter Report. We're here in the Union Square Green Market in New York City. It has just started to be warm. The frost-free date, we're still not even beyond it, but let's just see what the market has. Please subscribe, please give me thumbs up, and let me show you what I'm seeing. So, got the entire market here. Let's take a look. Most of this stuff is grown in a greenhouse. Sunchokes. So we've got emerald berries, black beans, einkorn flour, purple corn, that's real Native American stuff, rolled oats, purple cornmeal, einkorn berries, rolled oats, white winter flour, einkorn flour, that's interesting. Einkorn macaroni, so these are the kind of things you can make with einkorn, red flour, rye flour, cornmeal, buckwheat, polenta. Here's this regional grains thing. Oh, here's a map. What are ancient grains? So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of this beautiful purple cornmeal. And I see that my bowl is not big enough. Let's switch to a bowl that is. So we have 2 cups in there. Let's do so that was a full cup, and now that's our extra half cup. So 3/4 of a tablespoon of baking soda. 1, 2, 3. 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Give your dry ingredients just a little mix. Some people do a sifter technique, and there's many ways to skin a cat. So we're gonna let our dry ingredients sit on the side, and let's go work with that bowl that didn't work for the flour on our wet ingredients. Here's our game plan. We're gonna mix the eggs and the buttermilk. We're also gonna do 1/2 stick of this butter. We're gonna melt it on a heat source, and then we're going to combine that all. So let's go do the butter first, let it cool down, and then add this stuff. 1/2 stick of butter. And on very, very, very low heat. All right, the butter is perfectly melted, so let's get it in there so it can cool down. It's very, very cool to the touch because the heat was quite low. I'm gonna get some buttermilk here, and we're doing 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. So that's a cup. That is 3/4 of a cup. Uno, dos. To finish off the wet ingredients, a tablespoon of maple syrup. I've never tried this recipe before, so I'm just as excited as you are to see how it's going to turn out. You want to mix your wet and dry ingredients separately so that when you combine everything, you don't have to do that much mixing. And if you were to add the eggs first and then the buttermilk, it might actually get unevenly mixed. Consistent mixture here, perfect. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mix these, we're gonna butter up our pans, set it and forget it, right? Ron Popeil, who I believe has passed away. He used to say that. And he is both a source of inspiration to me, as well as a source of comedy, if you don't take him 100% seriously. So look how thick this is getting, real nice and thick. Real nice and thick. So I'm not using lard, and I'm not using sugar. We're doing, that was what was interesting about this recipe, and we're not using yellow corn mix, we're using purple corn mix. You know, this is sort of like purple tortilla chips or blue tortilla chips, except we're making cornbread. And I actually like the maple syrup because, you know, we're doing the Native American grain, we're doing Native American tree sap here, so it just gets the whole theme going. So let's butter up our pans. So I'm doing 2 pans here. One little one just because it's so cute, and then one big one for the remainder. Piece of butter there. Let's butter up our pan. Nice and buttery. Nice and buttery. Same thing here. These are well-seasoned pans. I'll do a little segment on seasoning pans in the future. For some reason I'm thinking about hot buttered rum. I'll save that for a log cabin. Plop that down in there. So it's a pretty thick mix. Just spreading it very gently to make sure it's gonna bake nice and evenly. The little one, now let's go do the big one. I feel like Michelangelo, you know, sculpting David in the style of the classical Greek sculpture. So it's the Italian Renaissance doing something that somebody else had done thousands of years before. And this isn't my recipe, of course, but I was so inspired by the green market, you know, to just go and do it. So this is gonna be a little thin, but that's, you know, that's what you get for making the mini one. And I just like to cook from the gut, you know? And really I'm just making an excuse for myself for not thinking ahead, but you live and you learn. Got that. Woo! Got this. Let's pop them in the oven, 425 for 20 to 25 minutes. Purple cornbread. What a thing. It's actually not that hard to make. Absolute perfection. Why, look, it's a guy whose head is made from a potato. Let's call this Potato Guy. I'm going to turn myself into a gratin. Ooh la la. Now look, my long, luscious hair. Oh no, please don't. Oh no, please don't. Why did you have to do that? Because we're trying to make a meal here. Well, okay. Welcome to the Hunter Report, and today we're doing a real classic potatoes au gratin, or as we call them in the United States, au gratin. This is comfort food. We're talking potatoes and cheese. Now, this is an original recipe introduced by Chef Daniel Boulud, which is the original French chef who came to the United States in the 60s and 70s and really introduced gourmet cooking to New York City and really the rest of the United States. He is an incredible chef with tremendous energy. I'd love to meet him one day. So, this is technically gratin au forest